All right. Happy Monday, you guys. It is literally halfway through the month, which I love. When team calls fall on like the first or the middle, it just makes my heart happy because it's such a great time to just kind of re-get together and kind of refocus ourselves together and just catch each other up on what's going on and redo our mindset. I just love it so much. So we do have a lot of fun stuff to cover, so I'm going to try and get us going here. And I just wanted to remind you, the team calendar is always at the top of the business page. And I love the fact that we not only have team stuff going on, but that corporate has so much stuff for us to plug into. So whether you are someone who loves to be like inundated with information and training and all of that stuff, there's a ton there for you. I look like a bunny rabbit. I'm really sorry. It just is what it is today. Or if you're a person who just like wants selective stuff, you have so many things you can choose from. So while our team page and your sponsor are going to be reminding you of things, there is like a billion more things that you could plug into, even on YouTube, and grab at those things. And I always want to, because when I first started, I didn't have to wait for anybody to tell me anything. I just went and watched like a billion videos, right? I just went and found it all. I was a part of all of the team calls, like my 3 sponsors up were doing them, and I just wanted to soak in all this information. So if that's you, know that there is stuff. There's stuff going on the team page, but check your emails from corporate. They are providing like 3 or 4 awesome training videos every single week for new people and for leaders, like for so many different things. And I just wanted to remind you guys of that. And that helps you kind of take ownership of not having to wait around for someone else to kind of tell you what to do or feed into you, that you're like, I kind of feel in the know. I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing there. So I just wanted to remind you guys to make sure that you have, look at those emails. Those emails are awesome. There's always stuff going on. And obviously our team calendar and stuff is up too. Okay, next I wanted to talk about the 3-day challenge. Because that's coming up next week. But what's important about that is Jesse's going to hit on it in just a second, is that we need to go ahead and get that going if you haven't started posting and sharing about that yet. So I'm going to turn that over to Jesse.
I should do it on Twitter, I guess. I don't know.
Hey.
Hey.
I was about to say, you're going to take everything I'm going to say. I'm just kidding. Okay. So yes, guys, I'm super excited about this because I have not done one of the beauty box challenges in a while. And for those of you who don't know, we have 2 different 3-day challenge boxes, but the one that we are going to do this time is one that includes the 4 products of Joyome, both the day serum and the night serum. It includes the collagen and the slim, the pink drink. And so I'm really excited about that. We have a whole group set up already. I will send the link in the Awaken Life thread after this call is over. But now is the time that we need to be getting people ordering those boxes. And for those of you who have never done that before, it's just a $20 box, $20 for those 4 products for 3 days worth of products. And there's a lot of different stories. There's some wonderful posts that have been going around as well that people have gotten really creative with. Sally just did an awesome reel tonight. You guys should go check it out. So fun, the new reel thing that they have going on. But yeah, if you need some ideas and you're like, I don't know how to share about this, please ask your upline because we have some great info and graphics for that for you guys. But Wednesday at the absolute latest. And so really like share hard about that tomorrow, reach out to people. You can message people about that too. We have some great verbiage for sharing about the 3-day challenges. And someone just asked if they ship free. Yes, the shipping, it should be, unless that has changed, but yeah. Can anyone affirm that? Anyone else? I don't see.
Yeah,
anyone.
They should be free shipping as long as you choose like one of the cheaper of the 2 options. I think it will default to free shipping when you check out.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. That was all I was going to say is tomorrow's Tuesday. So share away tomorrow, message your people, and then Wednesday at the latest. If you have people that jump on, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's fine. You can still get them plugged into the event. They just may not have their products to be trying them out at the same time. So, but everyone is welcome.
Yes, I'm super excited about these. I know you guys probably have done the 3-day like weight loss challenge one that has all of the other products in it, but this is so fun. Mostly because it's products that most people are not starting with. And so even obviously this is great for getting new people who are interested in collagen and the beauty stuff, but it's also great for your current team because they get to try these potential 4 new products or 3 products that maybe they haven't tried yet for $20, and they may find something they love that they'll want to order. You know, maybe they'll order Joy Home every other month, and that'll bump their PV up, and they'll get some more perks and that kind of thing. So great way to just get your current team involved as well. They'll learn about these products too and be able to switch them out for what they're currently using and make money off it themselves. I hope some of you, show of hands, who caught the Xpress training on Saturday. Yes, I love that they're doing this. So long time ago, back in the day, used to be Super Saturday was just like once a year, and we got this amazing training, but there wasn't as much going on throughout the year other than like convention, leaders retreat, Super Saturday. And I love that even before COVID, they started doing these Super Saturday Xpress trainings, and these are just probably, I think it's about quarterly, and they'll have these Saturdays where it's about 3 to 4 hours, just kind of jam-packed of these wonderful topics. And we had one of these this past Saturday. So again, this is a great way, if you're checking your emails and that kind of stuff, you'll see these things popping up. But I'd love to hear from 1 or 2 people about what their favorite training was and maybe a takeaway that you can share with the team on one of those training topics. Don't you all jump out at once. Holly, you want to share?
I'll go. You're going to call on me anyway. I liked Genevieve's little talk about Fast Start. She said something about like love Fast Start as much as you love the products, and I never thought of it that way and thought that was a really neat thing how she pushed that and how you can even get people to be willing to share quicker that way to kind of entice them with the money piece, especially if they're one that is kind of nervous about paying for their products.
Yes, the new Fast Start program is fascinating, and it's really great too. She reminded us that not only do your new people get to make more on their bonuses and more money up front to help them pay for their products, but every time you help someone Fast Start, you get half of that bonus paid to yourself. So she reminded us, yeah, that like this is something that's available to you with every single new person you add. Yeah, you help them go Fast Start Silver, Fast Start Senior Silver, Fast Start Gold, but you're also, by helping them do that, earning yourself extra bonuses while you're growing your team and duplicating and developing. Super smart. Love that. Who else has one from one of the trainings from Saturday? I'm hoping that we can get those recordings soon, and I'll post them on the page if they're available because they're super good. Wow. I saw like 5 of you at least raise your hand. Just do it. Do it scared. It's okay. It's just us.
Hey, Maren, you want to share?
Yes, she does.
I knew I was about to get called on. So I really like the whole thing as like a whole, but the whole Instagram training thing was awesome because I feel like a lot of people haven't like really figured out how to, I guess, utilize that. But the girl that was saying, I don't remember what her name was, but basically you can just go on and like add it to like a collection because we can use everybody's post for everything, as long as you change it and, you know, make it your own or whatever. And so I really like that. So I like made an Instagram folder in my collections of like Plexus posts that I like. So like, you know, you can take a picture and edit it or whatever you want to do and like save it to your drafts and then almost kind of copy and paste and change some things around. And that was really helpful to just like, you know, just kind of go and explore Instagram a little bit more and try to use that as much as possible. Because I know like like a lot of younger people use Instagram as opposed to Facebook. So yeah, I really like that part.
Yes, I'm like, I need that recording so I can go watch it 12 more times because
Me
it
too.
was such good practical stuff. And I was talking to her, Jen, she's a new diamond too. And I was talking to her before and I'm like, I just feel like I don't know how to add value. I'm not awesome at decor. I'm like mediocre at makeup. Like I don't have one of those platforms where everyone's just going to watch my stuff a million times. And she was like, it's not about your followers. It's not about how cool you are. Honestly, it's just about the work that nobody sees. It's about the practical stuff that happens behind the scenes, not about how your influence is in front of the camera. So that is so encouraging even to myself because I'm like, ain't nobody engaging on my stuff either. So I got to figure that out. But so excited for that training and for those tips. Moving right along to Leaders Retreat. As most of you know, the last 2 months and this month and next month is our Leaders Retreat contest. And probably 75% of you are like, maybe I know what Leaders Retreat is, maybe I don't, or you have no idea how awesome this is and how much you really want to go for it. So Leaders Retreat happens once a year, and this is an earned trip that any rank can earn. My first couple of years, everyone was invited to earn it, like Jules and everything. The last 2 years, Jules were not allowed to come. And so I was like super upset because they got to go on a cruise. You guys got to go to San Diego and I didn't get to go with you. It was so sad. And this year they opened it up to everyone again because it's in Phoenix and there's so many rooms available. But here's the kicker. Everyone is earning it early this year because you guys have been working your tails off. And so they're talking to us about like, if you want to like nail down your spot, you really want to try to earn it in the next 2 to 3 weeks, like by maybe the first week or so of October. What happens a lot of times is people wait and really push hard at the very end of the contest, and then all the rooms are taken, and then you probably will get a cash payout, but you want to get to go. So I'd love to hear from a couple of people that can just share their Leaders Retreat experience and why it was such a game changer for them, why it was so special. And that will hopefully encourage you to understand, like, I'm going to put pedal to the metal, figure out how many points I need in the next few weeks, and really try and earn this thing outright so that I don't have to worry about the cash payout at the end, even though everybody is going to be super excited for you if you earn it and get a cash payout. Kim, Cheryl, I know I asked you earlier if you would share yours, and then I would like to hear from one more after her, so y'all be getting brave.
Yes, I love Leaders Retreat for a few reasons. I've gone the last 2 years. The year prior, I was like 50 points from earning it and didn't make it. Oh, it was so frustrating because I am someone who definitely gets FOMO. And if I don't get to go and I see everyone having fun, then I'm just really mad. So I was very determined after I saw how much fun everyone was having the year before when I couldn't go, that I was going to make that trip happen the next year. And so that was very high on my priority list. But I think why it's such a great trip, there's a few things. One, it is super fun. They do some training, and usually, you know, it's just for the people there. It's not something they record that you can do and see later. Often they launch a new product, so you kind of get the first glimpse of some different things and some trainings that are coming out. But it's also a lot of fun. Like, they leave you a lot of downtime to hang out with your team and to explore wherever you are. And they make it just a really fun and special experience. Plexus shows their people, they love and appreciate them so well. And so these events are decked out to the nines in Plexus, everything, everywhere. Gift bags, I mean, everything. Your room keys are Plexus room keys. Like, everything is just over the top and special, and it makes it just really fun to be there. There's always a lot of energy and excitement too, because it is a special trip that you work really hard to earn. you know, and I think it builds a lot of belief for the people that are there. It's inspiring and encouraging. You see people from all walks of life there. There is not like this typical Plexus person. Like you see people from all over the country, all types of life situations, and it's just really inspiring. Like, why can't I do this? Why can't I be successful? Because I see all these other people who are, you know, maybe what I would personally think better than me or at certain skills, you know, like they're doing this, but there's also people with totally different skill sets that maybe I wouldn't automatically think, hey, they're going to be an amazing network marketer, but they're being successful too. And it's because they're committed and they're working hard and they are pushing and learning and growing. And this is one of those places where you can continue to do that. So it's just really inspiring to be there, to keep going and pressing hard, even when you have those exciting seasons of momentum, lower seasons too. I feel like it's just one of those things that really encourages you to press in and press on, regardless of maybe how your business is looking in the moment, because it's not always in the same place when you go to Leaders Retreat as it was when you were earning it. There are those ebbs and flows in your business sometimes, which we've talked about before. I think the other thing is just connecting with your team face to face. Like we do Zooms and Facebook and Instagram. We connect virtually a lot, but there is something so special about being together in person and being able to actually hug somebody and have a face-to-face conversation is just unique and special, and definitely worth working for. So those are some different things that I really love about it and why I think you definitely need to hustle it to get there.
Definitely. I just remember my first one, convention was my first trip ever. I was a Ruby ambassador and I went to convention, and then I earned Leaders Retreat that year. And it was the first one that Brandon came with me. And that was when it just really clicked for our family too, of like, okay, this is something that we're going to really pursue. And even on that trip, he like got into my back office and was like trying to learn things because it felt so much more real. And so these events they build so much belief, not even in the products. You might already have that, or, you know, in the comp plan because you're getting paychecks, but like in our company, in the fact that this is a big deal. You are part of something huge, even though you might feel like you're alone in your house, or like here on like, oh, there's 40 of us, you know, on here, but it is a big deal that you're a part of it. It's super exciting. So yes, make it to Leaders Retreat. Jessica Heffley, one of our uplines, she is doing a giveaway for a really fun prize for anyone to be entered if you earn Leaders Retreat by September 30th. And one of the parts of that prize is that you get to be in a special coffee date with Jessica Heffley, which some of you may not know who she is. She's a big deal. Top 5 largest teams in the company. She is amazing and has totally inspired and been a huge part of my personal growth and hopefully yours too. Anyway, lots of fun stuff. Okay, really quick, we got about 10 minutes left, and I want you to take out your pen and paper that we talked about. I want to give you guys something to go home off of that can help you turn these next couple of weeks around, hopefully, so that you can go hard after this trip and these prizes, or just growing to your next rank, right? Even if it's not about the trip for you. And we want to talk about excuses. There's variations of this statement, and I kind of just rebuilt it to make it my own a little bit, but excuses are lies we tell ourselves to avoid the responsibility of growing into who God created us to be. Because you guys, sometimes it's really scary to think about growing into the full potential of who God created you to be. It's a lot easier to sit back and say, I'm okay and I'm comfortable being this small, or having this certain set of skills, or doing what I'm comfortable doing, or knowing what I've done. But those excuses are lies we tell ourselves to avoid that responsibility of growth and of moving forward and of developing the character that God has set in place for us in Scripture, and of loving people more than ourselves, and of stepping out of comfort zones and having faith over fear, like all of that stuff, right? It just kind of wells up in you and you're like, is harder than I realized. But there are multiple kinds of excuses. When I think about the excuses and the lies that I tell myself constantly, this is something that doesn't go away. This is something we have to tackle all the time. I see emotional excuses, I see circumstantial excuses, and I see personal excuses. So if you want to write those three things down, some examples of an emotional excuse would be like, oh, I just feel too overwhelmed. I can't do this because I just am feeling, or I'm feeling discouraged because X, Y, and Z, or I feel like I'm letting someone down, or I'm just a disappointment to X, Y, and Z, or that I can't because I'm feeling this way. Like those emotional excuses where we just like can't deal, right? Circumstantial being I'm too busy because of X, Y, and Z. What's going on in your life? I can't fit it in because, or I don't want to blank because, or it's too much because. What's going on around you? What are the circumstances of your life or of life in general right now that are causing you to have excuses? And then the personal ones, which really are more of like your skill set stuff or your learning or your personality, like, well, I'm not as good as blank. You find these excuses a lot with the comparison game, right? I don't do blank well. I'm not organized. If I were just blank, then I could be successful. These are lies, these are excuses. And so I want to take a couple of minutes, and I know you probably couldn't pull them out immediately because sometimes these lies are just secretive and they're playing in the back of our mind for a long time. But I would love for you to pull out at least 3 of those things really quick and write them down. Some of these excuses that are holding you back currently, or that maybe you've been replaying or telling yourself over the last couple of weeks or months. Okay. Would anybody want to share 1 or 2 of theirs that they have had recently? If you don't want to share it out loud, we can type it in the chat. We can just kind of share those because I guarantee you, you are not alone in those feelings. Yeah, I'm too busy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of my emotional feelings ones is that I am afraid of being rejected when I do share. And so I think that holds me back from being as enthusiastic as I could be.
Definitely. I think we have all for sure been there. Danielle, the emotional ones are like discouragement, overwhelmed. Yes. And sometimes they can go hand in hand too. Like we can feel overwhelmed because of a circumstance, but again, those lies and excuses of, well, I can't continue, or I can't grow, or I can't do this because of those feelings. Yeah, comparison is massive for you. Yeah, Vicki, thank you for sharing that. And sometimes you guys, we just have to learn to like speak gratitude and like appreciate the people. If you find yourself comparing yourself to someone, like in your mind, be like, man, I'm so proud of this person for this, or I'm so glad that they're doing this, and realize that people aren't just innately doing well at this business. They've probably done a lot more groundwork. They've been around a lot longer. Everybody starts at ground zero. And so don't measure your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20 or chapter 500, right? Believe in God, believe in the company. Yes. Go ahead, Jeff.
In Momentum, how Emily Gibson said that about like no business just organically grows, like explodes with growth. Like, because you hear people all the time be like, I'm not going to do that because I just want mine to organically grow. And there's a degree of that, but like, if you want to see substantial income where you're replacing, a full job income, like you're going to have to do something. I thought that was so encouraging to just be like, okay, that's true. If you look around, you got to do something.
Yes. And it's like the organic growth you see on the outside is because there's work happening under the ground. Like the roots are growing, and then you see the growth on the top side. It doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. We're not daisies. Okay, so I know we're getting close and some of you guys are hopping on another call, but I wanted to end it with this. You're going to take these 3 things and work them into a truth statement or a truth prayer. And I'm going to give you an example of that from one of the pastors that I just really love, so that you can say this first thing in the morning, or say this to yourself before you sit down at your computer or your phone for a power hour, because y'all, this is a mental game. It is a heart game. It's not about your skill set. That is easily learnable or copy pastable or sharing someone else's post. But if your mind's in the wrong place, even clicking post on something you've copy and pasted feels too hard, right? So let's get our heart and our mind aligned, and let's re-speak these things that you've written down as truth over your life, okay? So this is a prayer, and I'm going to copy this into the post from our team call thing on our team page, so that you can copy parts of this if you want to, or just have this. It really speaks to me. That's why I was flipping through all of my notebooks trying to find it. I'm like, I got to share this with them. But one of my favorite pastors, Dan Moeller, he's actually from Pennsylvania. And he said he wakes up in the morning and he says this, because it's all about focusing our hearts and our minds on Christ and on things above, right? He says, Father, I thank you that today is blessed and called of you, that I am anointed and lacking no good thing. And even though my body feels like it would rather stay in bed, I have an assignment to shine. And I thank you that my days of complaining are over, because I have read that if you complain, you are destroyed by the destroyer. So I am not a complainer. I'm thankful, and I'm shining as a light in the midst of a twisted world, and I am holding forth your word as light. Thank you for the gift of my life. Okay, like that is powerful when you can start off the morning and saying like, I know my body says that I'd rather be in bed, but Lord, I have an assignment from you to go forth and be who you call me to be and shine a light, and turn those 3 things that you wrote down around and put them in a prayer just like this. Thank you, Lord, that you have given me every minute of every day to use to the glory of God and to be excellent for you and for your kingdom, that I would bless someone through your power and through your name. Like whatever it feels like. If you need help with that, you can message me, message your sponsor. Like that is important, y'all, to get rid of the lies that we're telling ourselves and reformulate that into truth. And sometimes you got to say it out loud. Sometimes what we hear and what's up in here, we just got to make sure that we're speaking things and hearing things that are uplifting. And that's why we're all about, reading the word and listening to podcasts and listening to encouraging things. But I love you guys, and I don't want any excuses, any mindset issues, any feelings of inadequacy or any of that stuff to take away from you going after what is on the table in front of you. There is nothing holding you back from what is available. each one of us has the exact same ability to go after that stuff, because we can all learn, we can all grow, we can all step outside of our comfort zone and put aside those excuses and lies that we tell ourselves, right? I love you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will be talking to you soon, and I'll post the winner and that prayer later into the comments. Bye.